Hey class, hi, hello, namaste, adab, sat sri akal, assalamu alaikum, vanakkam, and khamma khani to all of you. Welcome to today's class, and in this class, we will be talking about the graphical representation of the data. So in this part, we'll be talking about the histogram, we'll be talking about the ogives. Okay, so all these things we are going to discuss today. So I hope all of you are really excited for learning this part, and let me tell you first thing very clearly, it's a very easy part. This is a very easy thing here. Okay, you will not face much difficulty, and a very easy part it is, so you will be able to understand it quite easily. Got it? Now let's start the class without wasting any more time. So what is a histogram, beta? The first thing we need to understand is that whenever I talk about histogram, histogram is used to represent a continuous grouped data. Histogram is used to represent a continuous grouped data. So it is the first thing which we need to understand, that which kind of data does it represents? A continuous grouped data. That means like the class interval type, suppose 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So here you can see na, the data is continuous 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, and it is grouped as well. We have made the class intervals, right? So this kind of data we represented on a histogram. This kind of data is represented on a histogram. Got it? So they are very similar to the bar graph, but in bar graph you don't want the group data. In bar graph we have the discrete data, that means different parts. So bars, there will be a gap in the bars. In case of bar graph, if you will see, the difference between the bar graph and histogram is, the histogram is for a continuous data, bar graph is not for a continuous data. Okay, so in bar graph there is a gap between the bars like this. There is this gap. This gap is necessary, always it has to be there. In case of histogram, there won't be any gap between these bars. The bars will look something like this. Got it? This is how it is going to look. Okay, so there are no gaps between the bars in a histogram. The area of each bar is proportional to the frequency that it represents, hence total area is proportional to the total frequency. Okay, so in this part actually the area of each bar represents the frequency. So you can see if the bar is greater, the frequency is more. If the bar is smaller, area is more, so frequency is less. Got it? If the bar is of greater size, area of that bar will be more. If area of that bar is more, frequency is more. If the bar is of less height, area will be less, so frequency is less. So the proportionality is with the area part in case of histogram. Got it? So let's understand how do we plot the histogram using the data. So suppose let's take the first question. Class interval is given as 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and this is your frequency. Now what you will do, beta, you have suppose this graph over here. Remember, on x-axis you will put these class interval values. So put 0 is here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 on class interval. On x-axis the class interval will put, and frequency will be put on y-axis. So frequency, as you can see, is ranging from 26 to 26. Right? So let us take the unit as 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right? Now 0 to 10 is 12. So 0 to 10 is 12. So this will be between 10 and 15. This is 12. Right? 10 to 20, the frequency is 20. So now 10 to 20, match it with the frequency 20 over here. This is 10 to 20 is 20. 20 to 30 is 26. So 26 a bit more than 25. So this is how your 20 to 30 will look. 30 to 40 is 18. 18 means just less than 20, somewhere over here. This will be your 30 to 40 is 18. 40 to 50 is 10. So 40 to 50 is 10. 40 to 50 will be 10 over here. 50 to 60 is 6. So 6 will be somewhere over here. So this is how the histogram is going to look. You can clearly see there is no gap because the data is continuous. So each bar is joined with it. Got it? So this is how you can draw the histogram. This is how you can draw the histogram. Got it? Similarly, we can draw for the second one also. First, see the data is continuous or not. Got it? In some cases, if the data is not continuous, you can always make it continuous, right? We know the part, whatever is the gap, divide that by 2. In all the lower class lower limits, we subtract that value. In all the upper limits, we add that value to make it continuous. So that we need to do if the data is not given continuous. Here it is continuous, so directly we are going to plot it. So this part will be plotted something like this. Now you can clearly see this data is starting from 10 to 16. So 0 to 10 is not given anything. So that is I am starting the histogram from 10 to 16 and I am taking a gap of 6, 10 to 16, 16 to 22, 22 to 28 and so on. So here we will draw this line. So this zigzag line represents that the data is not continuous. Whatever earlier data, that does not matter for us. I am starting it from 10 to 16. So 0 to 10 does not matter. I am not representing that data. Got it? So whenever the data is not starting from 0 and starting from some particular value, draw this part to show that before this value, before 10, I am starting the data from 10. So before 10, whatever data is there, that data is of no is not represented in this histogram. That is the use of this zigzag line. Okay beta, so now before I move ahead, let me tell you that all those students who are facing one or the other problem out of all these, you will not face these at Vedantu, because here your doubts will be solved by a dedicated teacher in each and every class. Notes and assignments will be provided to you after each and every session. Tests will be conducted on your examination pattern. Competitive examinations like NTSC, KVPY, no need to go anywhere else. You can learn everything at once at one place at Vedantu. Schedule, that is, suppose if you miss your class because of some reasons, maybe some personal work or whatever it is. If you miss your class, you can always watch the recording of that class and you can feel like you have not missed out on anything. Right? It happens, right? Especially in school, when you go for a leave, if you miss your class for one day, that whole chapter in one day, maths, whatever will happen, you will not be able to understand, right? So that thing will not happen over here. And choice of language, that is Hindi or English, whatever you prefer. Other than that, you will be getting unlimited live classes. All micro and crash courses will be free of cost to you. Micro courses are your chapter specific courses. Okay, so these are your chapter wise course. Whatever chapter you want to study, just take the micro course, that chapter will be covered. So this gives you the freedom to choose to decide, this gives you the freedom to decide which chapter you want to study at what time. Right? You can design your own curriculum. If you want to revise, suppose in school they are teaching you statistics, but you want to revise let us say linear inequalities. Now teacher won't do that on your request, but here at Vedantu it is possible. Just take the micro course of linear inequalities, done. Got it? And crash courses are revision courses. Other than that, performance report and personalized attention. Got it? All this you will be getting. For registering to Vedantu subscription courses, just go to the link vdnt.in/ytpro. Okay, you just need to go to this link and apply the coupon code. The coupon code is GPE Pro. Okay, the coupon code is what beta? GPE Pro. As soon as you will apply this coupon code, you will get 20% off, flat 20% off, direct 20% off you are getting beta. No need to go anywhere else, and this is the highest discount that you will be getting. Got it? So this is a very good thing about this part, and I'm pretty sure that those who are feeling the need to join this part, you will be coming to this courses, and trust me, this is going to help you a lot. Okay, this will definitely help you a lot. So the coupon code is GPE Pro, English channel, that is why GPE Pro. Got it? Now let's understand how do you draw the ogives. So how do you draw ogives? So देखो यार, very simple thing. We need to, for drawing any ogives, we need to draw a cumulative frequency table. What we need to do? We need to draw a cumulative frequency table. If you remember, the cumulative frequency distribution table you have learned to draw when we were doing the median, right? When we were solving for the median, you know we learned how to draw the cumulative frequency distribution. Keep adding the frequency. So that table we need to draw. Okay, and the class limits are will be represented on the x-axis, but remember upper class limits we will be representing. Only the upper class limits we will be representing on x-axis, and along y-axis we will be having our frequencies. Got it? Okay. Then plot the point such that x coordinate is the upper limit. X coordinate is what? The upper limit of the class interval. So x coordinate has to be the upper limit of the class interval, and y coordinate is the frequency. So you are drawing a graph. Okay. Here your class intervals you have plotted, and here your frequency you have plotted. Now whatever data is given, sorry, your cumulative frequency will be plotted over here. Cumulative frequency. Okay, whatever data you have got from the table, x coordinate is going to be your upper class limit of that class interval, and y coordinate will be cumulative frequency of that class interval. Cumulative frequency of that class interval. Plot all these points in this graph. Okay, whatever points you have got, just join them freehand, and that is going to be your ogives. That will give you your ogive. This is actually the less than type ogive. Okay, this is actually the less than type ogive. Okay, now let's understand this with the help of a question. So the question is, draw an ogive for the following distribution table. अब देखो less than 10, less than 20, less than 30, less than 40, less than 50. So less than type में this table is good enough for us. So I will say कि sir table is going to look like this: less than 10, okay, less than 20, less than 30, less than 40, less than 50, and the frequency is given as 8, 25, 38, 50 and 67. तो बेटा याद रखना बेटा, just one more thing I would like to tell you all. Whenever this less than table is given ना बेटा, whenever this less than table is given, the frequency, the number of students which is given over here, that is directly your cumulative frequency. Whenever this less than table is given to you, the frequency is directly your cumulative frequency. So this is nothing but your cumulative frequency. This is nothing but your cumulative frequency. Whenever the less than table is given, it directly represents your cumulative frequency. But suppose if I give you the table like this, ki 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, like this. Okay, and their frequency if I give you as 5, 10, 8. So in this case you need to get cumulative frequency. But whenever the less than table is given, it is directly giving you the cumulative frequency. So now I will say this part will be your x coordinate, this part will be your y coordinate. So you need to plot 10, 8, 20, 25, 30, 38, 40, 50 and 50, 67 on your graph paper. So take x-axis and y-axis over here. On x-axis I can take 1 centimeter as 10 units. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And similarly here we need to go up to 67. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. So the first coordinate which I will be putting is 10, 8. X coordinate 10, y coordinate 8 will be somewhere over here. Okay, this is the point 10, 8. Then 20, 25. So 20, 25 will be between 20 and 30. So this will be 20, 25. Then 30, 38. So 30 and 38 will be just below 40. So this will be your 30, 38. Then 40, 50. So 40, 50 will be somewhere over here. This point will be 40, 50 and 50, 67. So 50, 67 will be just below 70, somewhere over here. This will be 50, 67. Now all these points which you have got, you join all these points using a straight hand. Okay, so this is going to give you your less than ogive. This is just a rough diagram I have drawn over here. Here you can clearly see that part. So drawing the ogive also is very easy. Just remember this part, that if the less than table directly is given, it is giving you directly your cumulative frequency. But suppose if a normal table is given, or suppose let us say we will draw a table over here. This data is given over here and they are telling me ki represent this data in this form, in this group 21 to 30, 31 to 40, okay, and then 41 to 50, like this. Like this we need to represent. So we will be calculating these values inside this part, and we will be taking these values over here. So 21 to 30, see this is not continuous. So 21 to 30, all the values put in the first part, 31 to 40 in second, 41 to 50 in third. So this way if we make the table 21 to 34, 31 to 49, 41 to 59, 51 to 67, 61 to 78, 71 to 83. The cumulative frequency will be 4. Then 4 plus 9, 13. 13 plus 9, 22. 22 plus 7, 29. 29 plus 8, 37. 37 plus 3, 40. So this is your cumulative frequency. This will be your cumulative frequency. Okay. Now here, if you can see, the upper parts is given over here directly. So plot those points. 21 to 30, 31 to 40. अच्छा देखो, अब histogram के लिए बेटा ना, actually this is not correct because there is a gap. So we need to make it continuous. Make it continuous data by doing 20.5 to 29.5, sorry 30.55, then 30.5 to 40.5, then 40.5 to 50.5, like this, and then plot it with the frequency. In the histogram we plot it with the frequency. We plot it with frequency. So here it should be 20.5 to 30.5, 30.5 to 40.5, 40.5 to 50.5, and so on. Got it? Then for the ogive, we can do it directly, no problem with that. No need to make it continuous also. If there is a gap, we can make it directly also. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and 80, and then we have taken the gap over here. Okay, the cumulative frequency we have taken with this. So 30,4, 40,13, 50,22, 60,29, 70,37, 80,40. Now you will see why 20,0 I have taken over here, because I know 30 less than 30, but this is like a less than table. Okay, so I'll take this 30, so I will say less than 30. So all the values are between 21 to 30 only. All the values are between 21 to 30. So there is no value less than 20. Got it? So at less than 20 you will be getting 0 values. You can show it, not show it, doesn't matter. Okay, you can just plot these values and join this part. Got it? So this will be your ogive. This will be your ogive. Okay. Dekho, last one more question. Use the graph for this question. The marks obtained by 120 students in an English test are given below. Draw the ogive and hence find the median marks. Ab dekho, we'll be learning how do you find out the median using the ogive. The number of students who did not pass the test if the percentage was 50, okay, and the upper quartile marks. So the marks is given over here. So let us make it in the table form. So I have 0 to 10, 10 to 50, 20, like that number of students is given. So whenever I have told you upper limit we will be taking, so first value will be writing less than 10. How many students got less than 10? How many students got less than 20, less than 30, less than 40, up to less than 100. Upper values we will be taking. Okay, after that less than 10 mein, the first thing, write the cumulative frequency 5 as it is, then 5 plus 9 14, then 14 plus 16 30, 30 plus 22 52, 52 plus 26 78, 78 plus 18 96, 96 plus 11 107, 107 plus 6 113, 113 plus 4 117, 117 plus 3 120. So this will be your cumulative frequency distribution. So the points which I am going to plot will be 10, 5, 20, 14, 30, 30, 40, 52, 50, 78 and so on. So these points I need to plot on this graph. Okay, so let us try to draw one rough graph. I'm drawing one rough graph beta. Okay, just for your reference. So we have to go from 10 to 100. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. This is a rough diagram, but I'll just tell you what happens here. Okay, and here also we have to go, cumulative frequency is going from up to 120. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100, 110, 120, like this. First point I'll put will be 10, 5. So x coordinate, this will be representing your x coordinate, this will be representing your y coordinate. So 10, 5 will be somewhere over here. Then 20, 14. 20, 14 will be somewhere over here. Then 30, 30. So 30, 30 is over here. Okay. 40, 52. So 40 and 52 will be somewhere here, a bit above. So 40, 52 is over here. Then 50, 78. So x coordinate 50 and 78 will be somewhere over here. Okay, so this is 50, 78, 60, 96. So 60 is somewhere over here. 96 will be somewhere over here. Chalo. This will be 60, 96. Okay, then 70, 107. So 70 and 107 will be just over here. 70, 107. 80, 113. 80, 113 also will be just over here. 90, 117 will be just near, and 100, 120 will be somewhere over here. Got it? Just a rough diagram I have drawn. So if I join all of them with free hand, point to point I am joining. So this will give me my ogive. This will give me my ogive. This is the less than ogive which I required. Now see, the next question which they are asking to me is find the median marks. A median marks beta, how do you find out? Very important thing. How do you find out the median from the ogive? So the first thing you need to understand beta, कि भाई for the median marks, we need to see कि भाई which category here will be coming as the median, and which one will be median. So I can say very well कि sir, how many observations I have? Total frequency is 120. So median, if the number of frequency is even, divide by 2, है ना? So the median will be equal to divide this 120 by 2. So you are getting 60. Okay, for median find out the middle value. Where is the middle value? So middle value you have got 120 divided by 2 is 60. Actually, if the number of observations were even, you will do n by 2 plus n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1th average, है ना? But here, since it is a group data, so I am telling directly because I know 60th observation. Which one will be the 60th observation? So you can see after 52 and 78. So this will be the cumulative frequency just smaller than that. So this will be my median class. Okay, this will be my median class. So now here what you are getting by, you have got n by 2, 122 by 120 by 2 as 60. Whatever number of observations are given, divide by 2, you have got 60. That will tell you ki which is the middle value. Middle value is over here. Draw one line parallel to the x-axis from 60 on this ogive. Wherever this intersect the ogive, find out the x coordinate of that point. Whatever is the x coordinate, here this point is suppose x comma y. Whatever is the x coordinate, that x coordinate is going to be your median. What we did? First, to get the median number of observations, whatever is given, divide that by 2, you got the value. That value is 60 now. 120 by 2 is 60. From 60, draw a line parallel to x-axis. Wherever it intersects the ogive, that points find the x coordinate. So x coordinate you will see from here. So x coordinate will be more something 41, 42, 43 like that. Got it? Since it is a rough diagram, I cannot say it directly, but if you draw the correct part, it will be 42 marks. Dekho, around correct thing we are getting now, 40 marks, around 40 marks we are getting. Got it? So this is how you will get your median. Next thing, what question that was? The number of students who did not pass the test if the pass percentage was 50. So if the pass percentage is 50, then how many students will not pass the marks? So beta यहाँ पे ना look at the table. By how many students have got less than 50 marks? Total 78 students. Cumulative frequency tells that there are 78 students who has got less than 50 marks. I can say number of students who will fail will be what? Who will not pass will be 78 students. Just look at the cumulative frequency. Otherwise, you have to add all these 5 plus 9 plus 16 plus 22 plus 26. So sum again is 78 only. And the upper quartile marks. अब बेटा देखो, for the upper quartile marks, what we need to do यार कि upper quartile क्या होगा बेटा? तो we know 3n by 4. Upper quartile is what? 3n by 4. So 3 into 120 by 4. Okay, so you'll be getting 3s and 90. Okay, so from 90 x parallel and drop the perpendicular, whatever is the x coordinate. So here x coordinate of this point xc upper quartile na, chalo xu comma yu upper quartile. So here whatever is the x coordinate, that will be a part, and you can see it is between 50 to 60. So it is showing 57 marks. As simple as that. Got it? For lower quartile marks, n by 4 karo. So 120 by 4 will be 30. So from 30, if you will drop the perpendicular somewhere over here, you will be getting between 20 to 30. Or I think it will be at 30 only. 30, directly at 30 it will come. Got it? So this will be your lower quartile. This point here was 42. This will be your median. And here this point is 57. It will be your upper quartile. So just look at this point. Got it? So this is how this question will be done. So for the median, number of observations, whatever that total number of observations or the last cumulative frequency, divided that by 2. 60 you have got. From 60, draw a line parallel to x-axis, make it intersect to the ogive. Wherever it will intersect the ogive, find the x coordinate of that point. For upper quartile, find out the value of 3n by 4. So 3 into 120 by 4 is 90. Draw a line from 90 parallel to the x-axis. Wherever it intersect, that will be the x coordinate of that point will be your upper quartile. Okay, beta? So these are some basic questions. Practice these kind of questions more, and trust me, you will not lose marks over these questions. At least if you will practice one or two questions from this part, you will never lose any marks from this part. Okay? So very easy topic, and as I have told you earlier that the link for registration is vdnt.in/ytpro and the coupon code is GPEPRO. Just apply this coupon code and go to your grade 10th ICSE 2021, get subscription. Here in the enter coupon code, apply GPEPRO. This coupon code is valid for 1 month, 3 months and 6 months, whatever you want. Just remember, this coupon code will give you directly 20% off in case of 1 month, in case of 3 months and in case of 6 months. All the cases it will provide you directly 20% off. And don't forget, this price is not only for maths, it is for maths, physics, chemistry, biology, SST and English. This price for 1 month, if you are taking it, is 2294. You can reduce it further if you take the course for more number of months. For example, if you take it for 6 months, the price per month will be to you around 1500 rupees. So that is way less than that, right? So the link to register is given in the description box as well. Okay, sorry, the link is not this part, bachcho. The link is given in the description box. The link is given in the description box and the coupon code is GPEPRO. Just some mistake in the slides. So in the description box, or it will be the pinned comment in the comment section. Just go there, you will find out your link. Just click on that link and you will be able to register for the courses. Got it, beta? So this is all from my side. Thank you so much, yaar, for coming to the session, and I hope all of you enjoyed the class. And don't forget to like the video, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Sayonara. Khuda Hafiz to all of you. Bye bye.